Hello and welcome back, my beautiful friends. I'm Veronica, and today I'll be showing you how I propagated my Philodendron Burle Marx in soil. Now, before we start, I wanted to show you that this part of the plant is the node. These brown spaghetti-looking bits are the aerial roots, and the straight parts where I'm holding the plant are the internodes. So this philodendron, which I named Big Boy Max because he was so massive when we started, has gone through a very wild ride, and here we are on the final steps of his rehab. As you can see, I'm choosing a pot from a variety of plastic pots, and I chose this gray one with drainage holes. Always make sure you have proper drainage holes. Here you'll see me struggling to remove this silicone bit from the drainage hole of this other gray pot, and quickly I realized that I'll never get it out, so I decided to make a big hole in the silicone with a pair of scissors. So for this part of the process, I obviously needed some potting soil, and I'll be using one of my favorite brands, which is Kellogg's All Natural Potting Mix Organic Plus, which I buy in Home Depot. So I need about 2 inches or 5 centimeters of soil as a base, and then some extra potting mix to fill in the gaps later on. And I always make sure to break up any large clumps of soil, and I always make sure to spread the soil evenly as the base. Now I'm ready to pick my first cutting and prep it for planting. As you can see, I'm cutting off the excess aerial roots with some sanitized shears. Always sanitize your equipment with rubbing alcohol. And this cutting was too big, so I decided to gently split it in two. And when I say gently, I mean it, because you don't need to apply too much force, which you'll learn as you practice. The cutting was also too long, so I cut the bottom 1.5 inches about, and placed the cutting about 1/2 inch towards the center of the pot, as you can see, to provide enough growth space. And then I repeated the same process over and over again until the pot was full but not too overcrowded, as you'll see. As you can see, I've been placing the cuttings in a circle towards the center of the pot, and still leaving 1/2 inch to 1 inch of gap space. Like I said before, you always want to be careful not to overcrowd the pot in order to allow your plant enough space to comfortably grow its beautiful new roots. So as you can see, as I grabbed all of the cuttings, there was still a lot of space in the pot, but the plant was looking nice and full from the top, which is what I absolutely love. And now is the time to fill in the gaps with more potting mix. Now you want to make sure that you gently fill in all of the gaps, but make sure to stop about half an inch or about 2 to 3 centimeters from the top of the pot in order to prevent water from overflowing when you water your plant. And when you're done, you're going to want to lightly pat down the soil, and I say lightly because you want to prevent the soil from compacting and getting too tight within the pot. And here we have the final results. I'm so happy for big boy Max because he's a healthy boy again. So you can see I left a little margin of space right here. And if you remember in the first video, his leaves were yellow and dying, but now they're a stunning dark green and they're very healthy and shiny, and the plant is very bushy like I like it. Thank you so much for following Max's journey.